Shavua Tov, Shalom, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to the Israel Brief brought to you by Lay of the Land with me, Rolene Marks, where we bring you those top stories making headlines here in Israel, and we do it every Monday to Thursday. So let's take a look at those top stories making headlines, and we begin with a story that broke just a couple of hours ago. The IDF have arrested 3 soldiers for allegedly throwing an explosive at a Palestinian house in Bethlehem in the West Bank. Now, thank goodness there were no injuries or casualties reported or even any damage reported. The Hebrew media are reporting that the 3 soldiers are believed to be from the Druze community, and it is believed that they threw the explosives out of anger for the kidnapping of 18-year-old teenager Tiran Ferro last week. So let's recap what happened last week. 18-year-old Tiran Ferro, a senior in high school, was injured in a car accident in Jenin. He was taken to hospital. He was still alive, albeit in critical condition, and was hooked up to various medical devices. Palestinian gunmen came into the hospital, unhooked him, and kidnapped him and held him for 30 hours. Now, Tiran Ferro subsequently died as a result of that. After very, very tense and delicate negotiations, his body, which was in custody with the Palestinian Authority, was handed back to his family after very, very, very delicate negotiations that involved the United States, the United Nations, the IDF, and the Palestinian Authority. He was laid to rest last week, and we will follow the story to see how it proceeds. Now, what we have been following with great interest is how Benjamin Netanyahu, the chairman of the Likud party and the incoming prime minister, has been building his coalition government. Now, it emerged last night that he has made a very, very controversial choice in Avi Maoz from the Noam party for his choice of the new head of the yet-to-be-created portfolio on Jewish identity. Maoz is expected to serve as a deputy minister. We don't know what ministry yet, but we do know that he will be in charge of Jewish identity, and this choice has angered many in the LGBTQ community, many in the government, and many women's rights activists. Some have called this choice unreal, racist, and insanity, saying that this is a slap in the face to secular Israelis. Now, Maoz is believed to be somebody who is anti-LGBTQ+, anti-Arab, and also anti-woman. He wants some units within the IDF which are open to women to serve and to progress as officers. He wants those units shut down. He has also had very, very, very controversial comments about Reform Jews, likening them to Nazis, and has made other comments that are seen to be highly offensive. The coalition government has yet to be finalized, and we will be following this story very closely. In other news, we now go to the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. And Israeli journalists over the last couple of days have been reporting how they have been treated by various fans and officials in Qatar. Now, these Israeli journalists said they never intended for the story to be about them. They wanted to focus solely on the football, but it seems that the beautiful game is becoming more about the hate that is going on the outside of the stadiums. FIFA have famously banned any signs of support for the LGBTQ+ community inside their stadiums, although they say that they themselves support human rights. It is also forbidden to make political statements. However, fans inside the stadiums have been spotted flying signs that say "Free Palestine." Qataris have been handing out pro-Palestinian armbands for spectators to wear as they enter the stadium. And Israeli journalists have reported of being harassed and even having people who are waving Palestinian flags and telling them, yalla, yalla, Israelis, go home, while they are doing their broadcast. But some of the situations have really become borderline dangerous. Moav Vardi from the national broadcaster Kan, he is their foreign affairs correspondent. He was harassed by Saudi fans who told him that he is not welcome in Qatar, he must go home, and that Israelis kill Palestinian children. Dor Hoffman of Channel 11 has given numerous reports. One that he was kicked out of a taxi. The second that a restaurant owner kicked him out once hearing he is Israeli and demanded his phone, where he subsequently removed any pictures that Hoffman had taken of Qatar, and how he and his camera crew were removed from a Qatari beach by the police. The journalists have said that, where possible, it's better to say that they're from Malta because nobody seems to know anything about Malta. However, jokes aside, they have reported feeling very, very unwelcome and that the situation is quite precarious, even dangerous for them. Israeli fans also were verbally abused and physically pushed around by a group of Tunisian fans as well. And online, those who are members of the pro-Palestinian community have been crowing about this, saying that it is time that Israelis and Jews woke up to how much the world hates us. However, it's not all bad. Many Emiratis coming out in support of Israel, calling the treatment of Israeli fans and journalists an absolute disgrace. These have been followed by Bahrainis and as well as some Moroccans, some Qataris even, and many, many Saudis who have said that this is an affront to Islam to treat a guest in your country in this most disgusting way. And we will be following to see if there are any updates on this particular story as well. And finally, because we like to end our broadcast with some positive news, rockers Imagine Dragons have announced that they will be playing in Israel next August. So guys, you've got time to book your tickets. This will be their first time in Israel, and they will join rockers the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who've also announced 2023 dates. So that's it with your headlines. Don't forget to check out our website at www.layoftheland.online. Don't forget, if you want to subscribe to our weekly newsletter, please contact us via our Facebook page or via our website. Our Facebook page is at Lottel Site. You guys know what to do. Like us, follow us, share our content, and hey, invite your friends to as well. Our YouTube channel is at The Israel Brief. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we're on Twitter at Lay of the Land 5. I'm Rolene Marks. This is The Israel Brief. Join me again tomorrow for your top stories.